Hello, everybody. It's Steph Norbury here from the Amusement Network. And today I'm joined by Nikki Lazenby, who's show director at EAG Expo, as you all know. Hello, Nikki. How are you?
Hi, Steph. I'm let's say really well. I'm full of the joys of December and the run up to the show and various ailments and Christmas, but it's lovely to be here with you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And yes, it is a busy time for you now, I can imagine, trying to get everything done just before we go off on holidays for a few days. But how long has it been now that you've been in the job?
So I came back to EAG on the 5th of September last year. So I guess it's just about 16 months now. So it's flown by, but it has been great to be back with the team here, and it's been lovely to revisit after my time back in kind of 2004, 2005 when I was on ATEI and ICE back then. So it's a great time, and it's great to be back.
Yeah, brilliant. And this year, it seems already from the press that's coming out about the show that it's going to be quite different, really. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the new things that we'll see at EAG 2024?
I guess one of the key elements is you might almost describe it as a bit of a back to takeover. And it's wonderful that that the EAG show itself will be the new home for the Back to Awards, which will be taking place on site. But I'm absolutely thrilled that EAG will serve almost as a bit of a launch pad for the 50th anniversary celebrations. And many of you will know that there is that reception happening in the Back to Lounge on the Tuesday evening at the end of the show. So I'm looking forward to that, as I hope everybody else is. It's also been great to kind of re-establish and nurture some important relationships with the likes of BALPA, Euromat, Showman's Guild, and the Bingo Association. And obviously we value their support now and as we move forward. And obviously it's wonderful that the Bingo Association will be returning again this year and be at the heart of the Bingo Hub on the show floor. So that's something that we're really pleased that is continuing to happen and to grow and move forward. Baxter will continue to host the Safer Gambling Hub on the show floor, and obviously that's something that we hope that everyone will benefit from that presence there, and it's an invaluable opportunity for people to update themselves on everything in and around social responsibility and safer gambling, courtesy and organisations that will be represented there. And obviously, we're really delighted to be welcoming Paul Bellringer, OBE, who'll be officially opening the hub for us on the first morning. So that's something that we're really pleased that he can come and do for us. EAG will be opening from 9 a.m. across all 3 days of the show in 2024. And I know that has been a little bit of a divisive issue, to say the least, to absolutely say the least. And you know, there's most definitely two distinct camps when it comes to this.
Yes.
I think that's fair to say. I know that I'd benefit from additional beauty sleep, but you know, we've listened to this request to trial this earlier start time for EAG in 2024, which we're doing. And all I can say is we will closely monitor its effectiveness and popularity. And ultimately, post-show, we'll have that opportunity to review it and see how successful an initiative it's proved to be, and then we can make a decision about how we move forward. So you know, we've just got to suck it and see.
You've got to try new things, haven't you? You know, absolutely. And otherwise nothing ever improves or you know, evolves.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed that we've now got something called Think Bite.
Yeah.
What is that?
Um, Absolutely. That's something else that's really a great addition to EAG. And I believe for Bactra, it was a decision to rebrand, I guess, to reflect the importance of the program, and you kind of bolster its popularity. But ultimately, what remains is at the heart of it, it's quality, not quantity. I think that's the key
Right.
driver
Yes,
of
yeah,
that
yeah.
agenda. And I think it's about accessible content. I think it's about ensuring that visitors don't have to be away from the show floor for too long. And, essentially, they're there to see the stands, they're there to network, and they're there to do business with everybody that's on the show floor. But essentially, these sessions are designed to whet attendees' appetites, and effectively provide a foundation, an introduction to a topic area, which they then can take away, and that might be enough for them, or it might be something that they want to go and find out more about after the show. So I guess that's the real
So it's
quick.
bite-sized, sort of accessible,
Yeah.
which we're all into these days, aren't we? We get everything off our phones. We read the first paragraph, we listen to the first 5 minutes, and that's it. We're used to taking in information that way these days.
So
So
we've got the 4 sessions over the first 2 days, and obviously people can pop onto the website to get more information. But it's, I believe, on the Tuesday morning, it's around the new rules of gambling and compliance. And then I think at lunchtime on the Tuesday is, I think it's from 1 o'clock is the pub summit. And then the Wednesday morning session is kind of around the importance of safer gambling. So
yeah,
the Bacta MSOs will be there, and people from the organisations on the Safer Gambling Hub. And then the lunchtime session on the Wednesday will be the High Street Summit. So
yeah, the High Street one, that sounds particularly to me, sounds like a one that I'm probably
yeah,
going to definitely come
yeah,
and check
get in
out.
there. Absolutely. So again, it's about trialing these things, and moving forward, we'll see if what further changes can be made. And I think for Bacta, that's something that will have legs beyond EAG as well. I don't know anything about that, but
Yes,
that's
yeah.
I know what the conversation has been up until now. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yes, it's great. I think we're seeing sort of almost like the back to priorities and DNA coming out even more strongly through the show now,
Yeah,
sort of like a stick of rock, really, isn't it? Through everything. And
sure.
who's new this year in terms of exhibitors? Have we got some new companies to look out for, Nicola?
I think we've got about 10 or 11 new like first timers, as it were, at the show this year. And they'll be showcasing a variety of offerings in the kind of coin op and leisure equipment, software and tech, vending, I think a VR company as well. And obviously it's wonderful to welcome these new faces to the show and see, what they've got to offer. But I think it's fair to say that our kind of long-standing, loyal exhibitors will still and always will remain the lifeblood of the
Yes.
show. And their new ideas, their innovations are kind of what's they bring that to the table, and bringing them and new exhibitors together means that everybody can benefit. We gain that momentum, almost that snowball effect, where the show can continue. My teeth, but can continue to grow and get stronger, and that's great for everyone involved.
It definitely is. So 10 or 11 new exhibitors is pretty good going, I have to say. So
Yeah.
what are we seeing in terms of trends among exhibitors and, for product? I mean, it seems to me that obviously cashless is something that we're hearing a lot of. You mentioned VR.
Mm-hmm. I guess right here, right now, everybody is very protective of kind of announcing what they're bringing and what they're not bringing on site.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
sure you probably have experienced that far more than me over the years. So I'm not really in a position to be able to say what organisations will be bringing to display on their stands. But I guess what we can all be sure of is if it's new, innovative, exciting, it will be at EAG. And I
Yeah.
think that the long-standing track record in the history of EAG and its predecessor shows before it have shown that people enjoy and you that opportunity to launch their products, to make their product debuts at EAG. So I'm sure that whatever is new and exciting will be there for all of us to see in a couple of weeks' time.
Definitely. And I'm sure that we'll be seeing a lot of products and solutions that are sort of looking towards the new gaming law that's being proposed as well. So it sounds very exciting. I know we've all got to have a little rest before we think about EAG, and but we've
good for you. I'm glad you will.
I'm sure you will too, Nikki. I'm sure they'll let you have at least a couple of days there at Factor HQ. You're not stuck there throughout, I hope.
No.
But you've got the 50th anniversary you mentioned before. That's an exciting time, really, for you to be taking over this position and moving the show forward. You mentioned already that there's going to be the lounge, the event on Tuesday. Are we going to see anything else to reflect the 50th anniversary at the show?
Not at the show, as far as I'm aware. I've not necessarily been privy to all of the arrangements, be it at the show or kind of the year ahead. All I think we can be sure of is, as we all know, BACTA is very serious about the business of fun, and I'm sure that will extend to all arrangements at show and beyond. But
I'm sure we'll see plenty of the new golden logo. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely. And I think essentially it's great to have that launch pad, that kickoff, that kind of thing that we can pop a pin in to say this is where the 2024 celebration started from. But I guess also that they don't want to put all their eggs in one basket. You know, we've got 365 days to make sure that the 50th is commemorated in an appropriate way. So I'm looking forward to see what lays ahead just as much as you are and everybody else.
Brilliant. Well, I think it only remains for me to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. Hope you do get some sort of break. To thank you and Martin for your excellent hard work on organising the show, and really look forward to seeing you in January. So,
absolutely, Steph. I wish you and all your family a great Christmas as well, and hopefully my family will get more than a Happy Meal by the time I manage to get home and see what I can get at the shops. But yes, a small rest will hopefully be coming my way, and then I will be back on it after Boxing Day, so that everything runs as smoothly as possible. It's a real pleasure to act as the guardian of this show and deliver as good an experience as I possibly can for members, exhibitors and visitors alike.